Hi loves and happy Tuesday, happy Valentine's Day. My favorite day of the year for all of my loves. Just so glad to have you here today. It's so cliche, but because it's Valentine's Day, the day of love and loving our life and loving those around us, I thought I would share 4 tips that you can put into place to make your clients feel more loved. Sounds pretty great, right? And the best thing about when we make our clients feel more loved is it turns into more income for us. I've shared this with you guys before. Hi, Wendy Love. There are 2 reasons where our guests will leave us. Hey, Melissa, so good to see you. One is because we don't respect their time. Hey, Carolyn, so great chatting with you today. So one is because we don't respect their time. And 2 is because they don't feel appreciated. And not feeling appreciated comes down to not feeling loved. No client wants to feel like your Tuesdays at 4. No client wants to feel like your Saturdays at 9. Our clients, hey Nikki, love, great chatting with you today too. Our clients want to feel like they are important and they're not just a paycheck for us. They want to feel like they're a part of our world. They feel like we're a part of theirs and they want that to be very mutual. It used to be good enough to do good haircuts and you could charge a bunch of money and do pretty well for yourself. Those days died. And those days died in many ways because of the recession. It stopped being all about the Benjamins and started to be about the human connection again. Hey Mary, happy Valentine's Day. Hi Kristen. And with that, there was this expectation from guests that we raise the bar. So I want to share with you guys 4 ways that you can really make your clients feel the love, because the more love they feel, the more you'll retain them. Retention equals stability, and stability equals happiness. So the more we can make our guests feel loved, the more money it's going to be in our pocket, the more stability in our lives, the better everyone's going to feel. Hold on, let me go back. Nicole says, I went to a class yesterday and told all of the ladies they should sign up for Thrivers. Nicole, thank you so much. I'm so excited. And if they do sign up for Thrivers Society, I now ask them who referred them, and there'll be a little something special coming your way. Renelle, so good to see you. Jessica, so good to see you. Happy Valentine's Day. So let me introduce myself and we'll dive right in. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I know you're spending the evening with your lovers, so I totally understand. So let me introduce myself. My name is Britt, and I'm a social media and marketing strategist just for hairstylists. My goal is to make your life as a stylist a little bit easier, a little bit more organized, help you to spend your time and money in the right places, quit wasting it in the wrong places so you can grow your clientele the quicker, faster, easier way using today's technology. It's never been easier to grow a clientele. We just have to understand the tools at hand to do so, and I'm here to share some of those things with you today. If you like what we're talking about, as always, you can tap the screen, let those hearts and likes roll, and you can hit the share button below if there's any other stylists you think would enjoy this as well. And as always, keep the comments going. I love chatting with you guys. Jean, I feel like I haven't seen you live in forever. So good to see you. Because I love to connect. I always say otherwise I would just shoot YouTube videos, but my favorite part of Facebook Live is the connecting we get to do. Happy Let's Get Sappy Day. I love that, Amy. Okay, so let's dive in. Quick tip number 1 is take the time to sit down and really connect. This is probably the most obvious and the one that we do the least often. You guys, if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm really big on this. I see way too many stylists. I saw this in my own team, and now I have the benefit of you. A lot of times when I go into coach a salon team, I do actually go in midweek quite often because I like to see what's going on in the salon. When I go into coach on a Sunday or Monday, I have no sense of what the reality is there. You know, it could be a beautiful space, but everything in there is dysfunctional. So if I get to see a salon in action, it gives me a much better sense of what's going on. And so often I see stylists be like, Tracy, so good to see you. Let me go mix your color. I'll be right back and we'll get started. Or, Tracy, so good to see you. How's the color feeling? Still feeling okay? All right, let me get it started. And it's not that it's a bad greeting. It's that it's not a consultation. There is no connection. And you're actually making the client feel like you don't care, honestly. And I know this sounds crazy. Hi, Caitlin Love. Happy Valentine's Day. But as somebody who has surveyed at this point thousands of clients across several different markets, clients have told me on survey, sometimes they feel like they cannot tell their stylist the truth, which I know sounds horrifying, but there's a segment of our clients who feel like if they say, Caitlin, I love you, the color's feeling off to me, or Caitlin, I love you, but I'm thinking about going lighter, they're afraid that she'll be like, oh, you don't like what I've been doing? They're afraid to offend you. I know it sounds nuts, but it's the truth. Or they're afraid that you'll not listen to them because you don't feel like doing it. I've shared this story before. There was a stylist on my team. She was new, like green, like really, really new. And she got this woman who came in to see her, who had been seeing a stylist for 15 years and then left him and come to find out. So she's talking to this woman and like, oh my gosh, so how did you find me? Why are you here? And she's like, well, I had told my stylist that I wanted to make a change. And he said, oh, well, we don't have time to do that today, but we'll do that next time. Okay, not a worry. That's, what are you going to do? It's totally understandable. So then this woman shows up the next time ecstatic to make this change that they had talked about, that they were going to move forward with. The stylist had clearly forgotten that they were going to make this change and on the fly tried to make it happen and completely destroyed her hair and didn't do what she thought they were going to do because there was no connection, there was no consultation, and he kind of didn't give a shit. And it was so obvious to her that she left her stylist of 15 years to see truly the greenest person on my team. Somebody straight out of cosmetology school. She was a doll. Don't get me wrong. She made this woman look amazing. But she left seniority and stability and education and talent for somebody who actually cared about her. And that is today's consumer. So it's really important that you sit down with your guests and take 2 minutes to connect. And the reason that why we don't prioritize this is because we don't have time. I can't book an extra 5 minutes for a consultation, Britt. I can't book an extra 15 minutes for a consultation, Britt. It's fine, but it's going to hurt your retention in a really huge way. Caitlin says she gets new clients that way all the time. Caitlin, thank you for sharing that. I love that you shared that because it really does happen. It's true. If your guests don't feel special, they will leave you. So really make the time to sit down and connect. Jessica says, I always ask them to tell me what we are doing, followed by questions to make sure we're on the same page. Awesome, Jessica. And sometimes it's about sitting down and being like, I just want to check in with you, like, is your life the same as it was when we first formulated your color? Are you having any challenges styling your hair these days? Do you feel like things have shifted? Have you looked at new haircuts? Are there any new ideas that you're playing around with? And you'll be surprised for a client to be like, actually, I have actually been thinking about going shorter. I wasn't even going to bring it up, but I've been thinking about it. And man, you take that client shorter, all her friends are going to notice. You're going to get more referrals. So sit down, connect, and build your business that way. Okay, number 2, give them a free upgrade every once in a while. And this is something that I share because it affects me as a consumer. So I kind of call it the club level effect. I was staying, if you guys don't know, I have a toddler and a teenager, like true life. I have a 2-year-old and a 13-year-old. And my 13-year-old plays competitive softball. So over the summer, Mary Beth, I'll get to that. Over the summer, we were traveling for her softball team. We were away for almost a week. And by chance, the hotel we were staying at upgraded us to club level. I will never not stay club level again. So the one time, they upgraded us for free. We actually extended our stay by 2 days because we decided we're going to the San Diego Zoo and the SeaWorld and all the stuff. Anyway, so those extended days, I had to pay for it, and I was happy to do it. And all I got on club level was free food for my kids, a view, which I kind of actually didn't care about, and the rooms were bigger and nicer. To me, as the consumer, I will now pay 25% more to always stay on club level for the ease that it gave me and my family. That I had milk for my son whenever I needed it. There was fresh fruit. There was snacks. Could I have gone to the 7-Eleven and gotten that? Yeah, of course I could. But why would I when I could feel pampered? Your guests want that same experience. If I had called to make my reservation and they said, and Mrs. Seva, would you like to be on club level? I would have said, hell no, pay an extra $150? No way. It would have been a big fat no, but getting to experience it, I was sold. So the reason I'm big on giving upgraded services sometimes is because I feel like it makes the difference. So of course we talk about treatments as something we can easily do, but what about your guest who maybe has been talking about getting a highlight and she's never really taken the bait, and you say, you know what, I have time today. I want to treat, this is a crazy idea, but go with me on this. I want to treat you to a mini highlight, totally on me. I just want you to experience it, try it out. If you decide you don't like it, we can totally glaze over it next time. I'm not going to make this huge change. Just some subtle pieces, I think you'll love it. If you do it right, chances are she's going to really love it. And now you've just gained a new mini highlight client who's going to continue to pay that $50 upgrade for the lifetime of her time with you. So sometimes we have to give a little to get a little bit in the long run. The other thing is too, if you give her, and I'm using a free highlight as an example, but sub in whatever you want. A free makeup touch-up. Jessica loves that. Yay, Jessica. Sub in whatever you want. But the point is, when is the last time any other stylist you know gave a free mini highlight or a free makeup lesson on the fly or a free whatever? Sometimes you have to think outside the box. David says we're doing free upgrades in February's Valentine's Day gifts. And I love that, but get away from the gift. Like, have it not be a gift. Have it be like an I love you, so I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Like a little bit more like, on the fly, I just love you, I know that you'll like this, you are special, here it is. I really like that format. So something to think about. Number 2, give them a free upgrade every once in a while. Number 3, this is a weird one. Go with me on this. Take their picture and post it on your social media accounts. I know, it seems crazy, but some of your guests get weird about social media, I know, but some of your guests are going to feel like so loved and special that you share their picture on Instagram. I know that sounds so stupid, and a lot of times we think we're bothering our guests by asking to take their picture. It almost makes them feel like a little celebrity, and you guys, newsflash, some of your clients don't feel super beautiful on the day-to-day. Some of them don't have confidence that they're even photo worthy. So the fact that you took their picture, showcased them on your page is going to give them all the feels, like all the warm fuzzies. So for those of you out there who are feeling like, I don't want to bother my clients with social media, you're missing out majorly. You're missing out on not building yourself and your brand, and you're missing out on not making them feel really beautiful and special. So I want to challenge you to shift your mindset around that, because you will make your clients' day. If you post them on your social media, you gush about them, and you talk about how incredible and beautiful they are and how much you love spending time with them, they're going to feel like $1,000,000. So just do it. Skip that mindset and move forward. Okay. And then number 4, send thank you notes liberally. Liberally? Liberally. Did you guys know that that one was coming? I'm really big on thank you notes. I know that sending mail is old school. Call me old school. I don't care. Here's a newsflash. In Thriver Society, anybody who enrolled in Thrivers in November of 2016 got a handwritten card from me. It took me something like 28 hours or something to handwrite out all those cards to all the new Thrivers. I cannot even tell you the response I got from doing that. I did it because it made me feel good, and it made people feel so freaking special, and it was so impactful. And I challenge you to do that with your clients. And anybody who got one knows it was really simple, right? It was like 3 lines. Excited to spend this year with you. Look forward to celebrating your success. Love, Britt. It wasn't anything over the top, but I took the time to reach out to everybody and just tell them how much they meant to me. You need to do that with your guests. And you can send thank you notes on the random. It doesn't have to be like, oh, well, I do Christmas cards. That's not what I'm talking about. Thank you notes and Christmas cards are 2 totally different things. Carolyn says it was awesome. Carolyn, that makes me so happy, because that's something I did completely self-indulgently, so it's cool that it made you feel good too. It means sending a card in July that says like, Carolyn, you've been my longtime client. I just wanted to take the time out to express to you how much I love seeing you every 6 weeks. It really brightens my week. Just wanted to drop a line and say how much I appreciate you having you in my life, and I hope you have a great summer. That's it. And it's something that comes out of the blue that is so sincere that will make your guests feel really loved and special. And then that's the difference between a stylist who just gets by and a stylist who thrives and levels up and does the things that makes their guests feel truly, truly loved. I was totally impressed by that, and my partner was like, wow, I can't believe that she took the time to do that. Renelle, that's so awesome. So awesome. My husband said the same thing, but on the flip side, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're spending a whole week doing this. But I loved it, and it was neat. And you know what else was neat, Renelle, is it was a neat way for me to, like, learn about you guys a little bit. Like, I got to write out your names and see what cities and states you lived in. And of course, I didn't remember all the details of every single person, but it was neat for me to kind of connect that way too. So there's 2 sides to that. It's a really great way to kind of connect both ways. All right, so 4 quick tips to help your clients really feel the love. I hope you can start implementing these things into your business, improve that retention. Retention equals loyalty, loyalty equals happiness. So much love to you guys. Happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. I'll see you tomorrow on Instagram Live. Bye, guys.